Oh, what's up, studs? Yo, 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 yo. Hey, Arvin, what's up with you? What's up with you? Mm-hmm. Hey, Junior, what up, baby? Dude, AMD got two upgrades today, bastards. We'll have to see if it keeps going. They used up a lot of range in the morning, though. What's up, guys? Hey, Story, how you doing? Oh, yeah. Good morning, everybody. Shit, you know what? I thought today was Monday. And all right, let's get to work. Everybody good? Everybody a little saucy. It's fucking freezing cold here. 40 damn degrees over here in the whole Florida. All right, let's get to work. Hey, guys, so we got a little bit of a gap down in the QQQs. There's a couple things to remember. So last week was a strong week in the general indexes, but it was compiled in just a handful of stocks. So if you look at what was going down last week, we had a little bit of what you would call the market breadth was a little bit light last week. So if you see the T2108 last week, market breadth was down about 10% overall. So even though the market was kind of grinding up, in the big magnificent seven stocks, the overall picture of, the rest of the indices were really a little bit light. There were very few breakouts, 174, 100, 196. 207, right? And we did have an increase in breakdowns also. So the market was up 3%. The QQQs were last week, give or take, but we did not see any follow through in some of the other indexes, mainly the IWM, which was really Gennard last week, and it's starting to look a little bit like a bear flag. So we're still in the bull market, but we're in a selective bull market, as they would call it, right? Where we have small caps, mid caps in the shitter, but we got the big boys hanging out here. So let's take just a quick look because AMD's got an upgrade. It's at a very key level here today. So we got a 150 breakout on this bad boy. Now you can't chase it up at the open. It's used up 75% ATR. You may for a quick second, but ideally you want it to break and then kind of pull back and fill this area a little bit. If you see here, this is the weekly chart, hourly chart. You've got total alignment on all time frames. And so this is this has got a good look to it. We just need a good location, right? So just kind of be mindful and let's watch the price action on some of these. There's been a load of fake breakouts on certain stocks too, but not in the Mag 7, but more on the other ones. So you can see here, Microsoft is still busting loose. This is your weekly chart. You came out of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 week base, following through now. So, right now, I mean, we're in a bull market of these big boys over here. NVIDIA had an inside day. This could be a potential for today too with AMD busting loose here, right? You got a 553 breakout. I know it's super extended, but sometimes an inside day is enough to get it going. You got Netflix here pulling back to support. A little bit of a fake breakout so far. I wouldn't call it a failed breakout yet, till it kind of breaks under here. But something to be aware of. Meta's just grinding. And then you have Google here, breakout, hit the top of the Bollinger Band, retesting the breakout spots. You got a couple good spots over there. And then Tesla's gapping down again. It's been doing this quite a bit. And I'm kind of starting to lean towards this, maybe giving us a little bit of a snapback here. I was hoping for a little bit bigger gap, but I think we try it today. We gave it a quick whirl for like 15 minutes on Friday and it did okay on, and then it faded off the rest of the fucking day. I think we can we can do 9 stochastics on this thing. Yeah, not really anything on bigger time frames. You're just in a big range, and that's why it's untradeable for the most part. But I think that we can give this a little bit of a goose and a gander. Yeah, we give it a little bit of a goose and a gander today. Not that hot. Now let's take a look at the gappers here, and we'll see like what else is rolling around here. Boom, 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 boom. Let's take a look at just see if there's earnings place. Guys, do not blow your mental capacity in the next couple days. Earnings season is starting to ramp up, right? So even though like it's like, oh, okay, we only have like 5 stocks to trade for the last few days, that's okay. As earnings season starts to ramp up, on the 17th, Alcoa is the official kickoff of earnings season, and they'll start to trickle in. There's not going to be like a terrible amount today and tomorrow, but they're starting to pick up a little bit of steam every single day. And, by the time we get into next week, I mean, you're going to have more than you can even sift through. So let's just be a little bit cautious for the next couple of days while these indexes marinate, and then kind of into the middle of this week and into the next week, we'll really be, we'll be putting on the gas as we get a gauge of really which way the reactions are going to be. Hey, this ELAB is a little biotech pump and dump kind of IPO stock. This is just a new IPO. These kind of names can go. There's nothing, not my particular flavor, but these type of names can go. You got to kind of break out that setting up over here. IPO stocks in general, we haven't had a lot of action in IPOs. This can also be, you might get a little juice in it too. HMST, oh, this is a merger into not enough liquidity. Ooh, Old Tasty here. I believe this may be. What we got on this bad boy? Let me take a look. Oh, no, boom, 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 boom. Is this a buyout too? It must be. That's how it's traded. Yeah, it's an acquisition. MSOX. Hey, so pot stocks oddly did catch a bid into the close yesterday. Pot stocks think this is the MSOS. You got a kind of pretty big base that's been building out, and it's one of these kind of cream of the crap plays for 2023. This like Solars, at some point will catch a bid. I thought Solars would have been running in January, frankly, but I was wrong. So you got pot stocks pushing up. Let's just see what's going on in these pot stocks. CGC is a turd. TRY double turd. Which one's going out of these things? Let's see. I got a list of pot stocks over here. I don't see anything that's that juicy. Let me see. MSOS. Let's see what makes up this thing. You can see here. These are all OTS, OTCs for the most part. Let's leave that alone. Pot stocks stink. Captain, junk. Junk, 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 junk. All right, see, this is the China Bear ETF. So China's are nasty too. This thing is gapping up 5%. So this is your China index as FXI. This is like a full-blown bear market in China. Like you haven't caught a bounce in this for more than a couple days in quite some time. Down 2% today. That's like your right Baba. Right, Baba's breaking these lows here of this bear flag here. This one's got that look like it can bleed out over the course of this week. I would keep an eye if you need a short on something. This one's got that look like it's going to just keep. If it can just bounce a little bit at the open and fill back some of this gap, you may see this thing fizzle out into the afternoon. It looks super nasty. What else we got? Gold miners. Yeah, the Zim has been. See, I don't like the price action. This Zim looks like a nice flag pattern, but see this action right here? When you get a reversal candle like that, it's usually a dead no. All right, D-Wack, old Trumpster's back here. What do we got over here? Dude, this stock sucks to trade though. I don't see any news on this. Anybody see anything? Thanks, the UVXY. Hey, this looks like a little bit more of a swing trade, but you've got, this fro here's got this whole sector, oil, gas, midstream, some shippers, this whole kind of thing with the Red Sea and all that stuff. You've got a nice little move on this one, probably something to keep an eye on. Not my particular flavor, just doesn't have enough ATR. Wayfair upgrade, that probably gets sold off. John. Yeah, I think this is like today, this will be a tell. So on Friday, for example, firm had an upgrade and it just spiked up and faded off. We've seen this a lot where like stocks are getting upgrades and then just fading off. If AMD holds the boat here, once it breaks out and it doesn't actually fugazi, that'll be a nice kind of tell, at least on the price action for today. But these things have been getting sold off like a motherfucker. So you definitely got to be a little bit careful, man. We're gonna be in a weird spot today. I think it'll be good. All right, let's see what else we got on the downside over here. See on the downside what we got. Look at this APLD, nasty. I believe this is earnings out today. This stock's a big turd anyways. This was like a fake AI company. Yeah, if it opens and you get under like this kind of 250, 250 SMA zone, you actually may get a little bit of a fade on that one. Look, natural gas down 12%. Shit. Yeah, it had a little bit of a short squeeze, and now you're kind of coming back. I don't know if there's a setup on that for us. Good. Look at the XPEV. Ew. It's weird because it seems like that BYD, it's not that's like the big EV company in China that's gone, but they don't have a fucking ticker, or I think it's a OTC. Yeah, the whole Chinese market is bleeding off. The thing is, look, this says ATR 60 cents. It's down. It's already down that. It's too tricky. Banks rolling over. Look at this LI. Baidu also breaking down. Hey, Baidu had some news out on Friday. What was that all about? Anybody know? Company responded to recent social large language of key military research. Yeah, basically, there's a report out saying that they were doing it. They're government stealing. That makes sense. There's no Chinese company you could trust. That's a nice setup, though, ain't it? Oh. Yeah, you can do this for a day too. It's going to probably come down in this. It needs a bounce, but I think Baba might be a little bit easier. All right, let's regurgitate all this for a second because we're just kind of hopping around a little bit. All right. Let's go in with some of the keys that we need to do. So the IWM is weak today. You get down 0.9%. If we need a short, all right? If we need a short, right? This affirms like right at a level. You can see here, right? Like this is in classic traditional technical analysis, right? They would call this a head and shoulders pattern where you have yourself, right? Like a top out and right, you're building out these shoulders here. So you got a little bit of the head and boulders coming on this bad boy. This. I think that's the one if we need a short. And it's also up the most in the, out of all the stocks in the last few months. It hasn't bled out as much as like the rest of this kind of basket of stocks, right? I'd call these like the risk basket of stocks. What I mean by the risk basket of stocks is, your coin, your CVNA, all this kind of stuff. They kind of are more IWME stocks. Now let's take a look at coin here. So coin is officially now, I think, a rubber band setup. I want to watch and see how it reacts around this 50 MA, because if it just pops and runs into this and rolls up, then it's going to be a little bit tricky. But I think any big flush out on this, right? There's a chance that Bitcoin comes back and retests, the 50-day moving average here on the BITO. I'd set an alert there. That's probably where the action's going to be, in terms of Bitcoin, maybe 42,000. But if that happens, then I think we get a little dead cat bounce, and then we could try to bounce this coin. I'm not sure we're there yet, but we're getting there. One little flush out at the open, I think, should be able to do it. Obviously we have Tesla here. One more. I want to get this thing sped up a little bit. So the ATR is this. This is how I want to look at the long on Tesla, if we can do it. The ATR on this is 7 points, right? The ATR on this is 7 points. So we're down about 4 points. If we can get this thing to the ATR, then we could try a rubber band long plus an ATR long, right? So you got two setups, that you can kind of combine into one. Let's wait till that ATR hits like 7, 6, 7 before you start looking. Then you can try long it. Now look, counter trend trades are a bitch. So this is a scalpy McGee. All great trends happen within the context of the trend. This trend is down, right? So this is a mean reversion trade that will last a handful of hours to minutes, and it may or may not even work. Sometimes they take a couple tries. So just be mindful of that one. So Tesla sucks to trade, right? The only reason people trade a Tesla is because all the options losers love this thing, but whatever. One flush out. Let's just do. My worry is that this IWM is breaking its bear flag here. If you get a big speed up on this, then it's, everything is so fucked anyways. Then we're going to come in and short this affair. Oh, look at this. The whole basket of kind of UPSTs on, if the IWM does decide to bounce UPSTs on the 200-day moving average, but the trend is reversed. So like these are dead cat bounces. If you think that this trend is from here and this is just an orderly pullback, that's not the case, right? You have yourself, that's the meat of the trend. Now your pullback is almost too great. So like every single bounce on this has to be essentially really looked at with one eye until this 9 EMA rounds back up and you break back over it, right? That's like the signal of essentially look at this Apple, right? So like you can tell that today's getting down 2%. This is going to put so much pressure on the markets, guys. That's just nasty, man. So it's like we got kind of a mixed bag here. We'll see if you double bottom here at 180. Here's what I tell everyone. Yeah, I just put a level there and extend it just so you remember. That's not a, yeah. Let me check docs. I like docs. I don't know if we're in the environment for it right now, but it is got a nice setup. To me personally, when the IWM is like this, I'm not doing any swing trades on stocks, in IWM type stock. Right now, the action's right in the QQQs, but you're a little bit overbought. So like you got to kind of wait that out. So I'm not sure we have necessarily a spot to get a bunch of swing trades going. We believe. To be free. Good. Damn, this apple's on a shitter here. Hmm. Man, yeah, we'll see what's up with that. Cool. Let's just see if there's anything juicy on the upgrade cycle or anything like that here real quick. Junk, 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 junk. Pum, 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 pum. Let's see if we're missing anything. Finger bang, APLD, MS. We saw. So you can see here, not really, we're not in the teeth of earnings season just yet. WSTC by UNP, chunk, 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 chunk. Yeah, Winbush keep Tesla outperform. I don't know if that's going to be anything. You get overweight from KeyBank and NVIDIA arm. Good. All right. Let's get back into this. I think we want to put as starters, right? We want to get NVIDIA AMD going. They got the news out. They got the trends. All right. We try to bounce this coin. We try to bounce this Tesla. Oh, yeah, baby. We could try SMCF, but I think, we're going to need a short here, too. Affirm. Hey, one thing to be mindful of, see if it gets any traction. It doesn't look like it is at the moment. But this Boeing is hit the 200-day moving average, too. Yeah, I think one more flush shot. It's just riding on the lower Bollinger Band. I think probably this downgrade may get this thing going. It could end up filling the gap here a little bit. All right, let's go have some fun, people.